Let's see if there's any immediate results. Definitely feels soft. Feels super good. It's so like light. The other day when I was grocery shopping, I saw this fresh rosemary and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy that because I've been seeing everybody and their mother talk about rosemary oil for hair and how it's so good for it. So I was like, I'm gonna buy this. And now it's been several days, like several days. This poor rosemary has just been sitting in my fridge, wilting away, going brown. We need to do something about this. So today is this rosemary's lucky day because we are going to make some rosemary oil. Why is it this long? I feel like it's a good idea to dry them off. I don't know. We're making oil and the oil and water don't mix, right? It smells like pine trees. It smells so good. Rosemary is now rinsed and the leaves are peeled off, which is what the recipe I'm using said to do. I had no idea how to make this, so I did a quick Google search and I found this recipe from WikiHow, which shows a few different ways to make rosemary oil. I'm using the fresh one, obviously. It said to wash the rosemary and then pick off the leaves, so that is what I did. And now we've got to get our oil. Gotta start cooking this stuff. I'm gonna be using grapeseed oil. I think it's in here. It's on the top shelf. Ta-da. I bought this when I was using, what did I buy it for? I don't know. I bought this for another hair experiment, whether it was flaxseed gel or rice water, I can't remember, but I bought this and I only used this much of it, so it's just been sitting here, and I feel like it's a good time to use some of this up because I never use it for cooking or anything else. So here we are. I'm using grapeseed oil. You can also use olive oil or jojoba oil or argan oil or pretty much any oil. But yeah, let's grab a pot and start cooking this up. All right, you guys, so the recipe calls for 1 cup of rosemary leaves and 2 cups of oil. I'm not sure if I have 1 cup of rosemary leaves. I picked out all the bad ones, like all the ones with black on them, because I felt like that's probably not good. And I also had a lot more in there than I thought. So I picked out some, but now I don't have a ton left. So I'm gonna measure out how much rosemary I have before I do anything with the oil. Looks more like half a cup. So I'm only gonna use 1 cup of oil. Oh, this wasn't closed all the way. 1 cup of oil seems like a lot. Guess we'll find out. There we go. We have our beautiful rosemary oil started. Now, please ignore this drawer. It is terrifyingly messy. But anyway, I'm gonna take a wooden spoon and give it a stir. Now we're supposed to turn it on low heat and simmer it for about 10 minutes. It says you're supposed to watch it really closely to make sure it doesn't like start bubbling too much, because I think that means you're just heating it too much. You may burn it. I don't know what any of this means really. I'm just following the WikiHow directions. So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna watch it closely and like keep stirring it to make sure it's not getting too hot, but yeah. I'll check back with you guys in about 10. Actually, while this is cooking, let's talk about some of the benefits of rosemary oil, because this is my first time ever trying it. And I do know some of the benefits, like hair growth being probably the biggest one, but I don't know much beyond that. Let's just see what Google has to say. What are the benefits of rosemary oil for hair? Beyond stimulating hair growth, rosemary essential oil is used to prevent premature graying and dandruff. How can it prevent premature graying? So I guess it maintains your natural color? How? I'm skeptical. Dandruff makes sense though, if it's like hydrating and soothing to your scalp. It may also help dry or itchy scalp. So this one is talking about essential oil, which is definitely not something you want to put like directly on your scalp. You need to dilute it or make something like this, where you're essentially cooking the rosemary into the oil. Is this on? Seems really low. Okay, so this is a little like photo chart that I found. Benefits of rosemary oil for the hair: reduces split ends, promotes hair growth, antifungal, conditions hair, nourishes the scalp. Rosemary oil has anti-inflammatory properties, promotes nerve growth, and improves blood circulation. So it seems like the general consensus, based on anecdotal evidence, is that it promotes hair growth, soothes your scalp, it's antibacterial, antifungal, but I kind of wanted to find something that was like more of a scientific study. So here's what I found. Some studies, including a study published in 2017, have found that rosemary oil may kill some fungi and bacteria. So when hair loss is due to an infection or unhealthy scalp, rosemary oil might help. There is no evidence, however, that rosemary oil should replace standard treatments, which is fair enough to say. Starting to smell really strong. So that was from medicalnewstoday.com, but there's also one here from PubMed. Let's see what they say about it. Oh, this is interesting. So this is comparing rosemary oil from the plant as treatment for alopecia. Oh, timer's done. I feel like I should leave it on longer. It's hardly even warm. I'm just gonna do 5 more minutes. So the study from PubMed is comparing rosemary oil from the plant as treatment for alopecia versus minoxidil 2%, which I'm assuming is like a specific ingredient for treatment of alopecia. Patients with alopecia were randomly assigned to use rosemary oil or this minoxidil for a period of 6 months. Both groups experienced a significant increase in hair count at the 6-month endpoint compared with the baseline and 3-month endpoint. So basically what that's saying is after 3 months, there wasn't a huge difference in their hair count, like the amount of hair that they had, but after 6 months, there was an increase with both rosemary from the plant and minoxidil. I hope I don't have to say that many more times. Which is interesting though, because that's saying that rosemary oil is effective for hair loss. Now it also says the frequencies of dry hair, greasy hair, and dandruff were not found to be significantly different from baseline at either 3-month or 6-month trial in the groups. So no difference in dandruff or how dry or greasy their hair was, which is also interesting because rosemary oil is said to nourish your hair, and big claims about like treating dandruff. The frequency of scalp itching at the 3 and 6-month trial points was significantly higher with baseline in both groups. So their scalps were more itchy? I mean, that sort of does make sense though, because normally when you do have hair growth, it can be kind of itchy. I might be making this up, but I think that's a thing. So their scalps were more itchy during this period of using rosemary oil. However, the scalp itching was more frequent in the minoxidil group at both assessed endpoints. This is super interesting. Well, there you have it, guys. I guess rosemary oil does have some scientific evidence that it works. Okay, so it's been 15 minutes at this point, and I wasn't sure if I should cook it for longer because it seems like it's not doing anything. There's no simmer, there's no boil, which is what it says online to do. So that's right, but I also feel like it's not doing anything. So I did a quick search to see like how long you are supposed to boil it, just to get an idea from like multiple sources, and the general idea is like 5 to 15 minutes, and it's been 15, so I think I'm good to turn this off and we will let it cool now. That's what it looks like. It basically looks the same as when I first mixed it together. It smells super good. My house smells amazing right now. So I guess now I'll just let this cool. I don't know how long that's gonna take, but I am also gonna try it and see if there's any like immediate difference. I'm guessing there won't be much of an immediate change in my hair, but I want to try it. So after it cools, I will come back and strain it, and then I will use it and show you guys, and we'll go from there.
A few hours later.
All right, you guys, I have my rosemary oil here ready to be used. It's nice and cool. I did put it into this mason jar, but I wasn't really thinking about how I was gonna apply this. This is gonna be really messy. I don't know how I'm gonna apply this, but I'm gonna take out my hair and we're gonna see how this rosemary oil works. I am very excited to see what happens here. Look at that, I have a little bit of dandruff. Let me see. It's really not that much, but there's a little bit of dandruff there. I also forgot to mention, but I have noticed that my hair has been feeling a little bit thinner lately, and so I wanted to try rosemary oil because there is a big emphasis on how it treats and helps prevent hair loss. So this is obviously my first time trying it today, but I'm gonna make sure that I keep using it and update you guys to see like how it actually works. So here we go. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I think I'm just gonna like apply little amounts into my hand, I guess, and then like this. Oh, it's gonna take forever. I'm gonna focus on my scalp first, and then I will go down to my ends and make sure those get some attention as well. Oh, it feels really nice. It's like instantly soothing. I'm making such a huge mess right now, you guys. You can't see it, but just know that there's oil all over me, all over the sink. It's literally everywhere. Hope this is worth it. Comment down below if you've used rosemary or if you would use rosemary. Like, you guys have a recipe now. I used the one from WikiHow. I will also link it in the description box so that you guys can use it if you want. But yeah, would you try it? Are you gonna try it? Let me know. Leave a comment. I feel like I've got a pretty good amount in there. I don't want to do like too much. I don't want my hair to be drenched. Just gonna give it a gentle brush through now. Okay, just put it into like a loose bun. I feel like that'll be good enough for now. And now I'm just gonna let it sit. It says on Google that you should let it sit for like 2 to 6 hours from what I've seen. So I'm gonna just go about my day. I'm gonna do some work and I will just let this sit and cook in my hair. Once it's been a few hours, I will just shampoo and condition my hair like normal, and then I will show you guys the immediate results if there are any. So yeah, see you soon. Alright guys, it is now many hours later. I ended up leaving the rosemary oil in for about 4.5 hours. Shampooed it and conditioned it, and now here we are. I haven't looked at it yet, so let's see. Let's see if there's any immediate results. Definitely feels soft, very soft. Feels super good. It's so like light. I do want to dry my hair just so that I can like get a little bit of a better idea like how it's looking, how it's feeling. So I'm gonna put a few products in and then I will blow dry it and we'll see what the results are when it's dry.
One eternity later.
Just finished styling my hair. I ended up straightening it. Now that it's dry and like fully styled, it does feel different, which I wasn't really expecting. It feels very soft, very lightweight and like healthy. And this is just the first time that I used it, so I don't know if there's anything like drastic that changed with my hair, but I will definitely be using this again, and hopefully I will see some of the benefits that rosemary oil is supposed to give to your hair. I will definitely be sure to do an updated video once I know if it like actually does anything, so make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss that, and let me know if you have any questions or comments. Leave them down below, and I'm also really curious to know if you guys would try this or if you have tried it, so make sure to leave that in the comments down below as well. But I think that's it for now, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one.